Hey guys, how you doing? So in the last tutorial, we actually created the design of the calculator. But when we clicked it, it didn't do anything. None of the buttons actually had a purpose. If we look at the finish, when we click a button, it actually, let's refresh this. When we click a button, it actually does something. When you click something, it actually works. So, and then when you click equals, it actually does something. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make everything actually do something. So what we do is we're going to create the JavaScript of the thing. Okay, so let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in the head and we're going to type in script. And then we're going to give it a language of JavaScript. Oh, no suggestions. And then what we're going to do is type. And we're going to put text / JavaScript. And then end script. So and now what we're going to do is just make another line. So first thing is we want to do is when a button gets clicked, what will it do? So what we're going to do is create a function. So function and button 0 and put on click, because we could do so many other stuff, so we're just typing on click. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set a variable and we're going to say change or no change. So see, this is the variable that we just set. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make it equal document. So type in document. Oh my gosh, I hate this. Dot get element by ID. And then what we're going to do is hidden equation. So hidden equation is this. So if you spelled it wrong like I did, actually I didn't spell it wrong, but you're going to copy that and paste that over here and make it dot value. Okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create an if statement. Yay, we learned this already in PHP, so it shouldn't be that hard. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to copy this document.get element by ID, and let's copy this change or no change and put equals and then come down here and copy change to 0. So if this equals what it equals right now, then it will do this line of code. So then what it does is we copy this document.get element by ID, copy that, and we paste it here, and then we're going to get the ID of the text box. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in text box over here, and if you look, the ID of this is text box. So the ID of the first thing is text box, and then what we're going to do is dot value equals, and then quotes 0, and then a semicolon. So now what it does is if we debug it, actually it doesn't do anything yet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say document.get element by ID, hidden equation. So this is the thing, that value. Copy this and we're going to paste it over here, and we're going to make it equal nothing. Okay? And then if we're going to put an else right over here. So if this is not true, then it will come to the else. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this over here. So just making life easier, copy, and then equals, and then paste again, and then we're going to put plus 0. So just put that, and then what we're going to do is take this and come to you and put the word on click, and put the word return in front. So when you click this, it will come up here and do this code. So let's see that. Does it work? Whoop. So what did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot to put the parentheses. Okay, so now if I put the parentheses and debug this, so now whenever I click the 0, it adds a 0. So now it's already starting to look good. So now just to save time, we're going to copy this code. I just went slow in the beginning, just so you know, on purpose. And then we're going to paste it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to not paste it. So now we pasted it a bunch of times. Now all we're going to do is change this to from button 0 click, button 1 click, button 2 click, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let me paste it one more time. 9. So now go back to the top, and what we're going to do is change it. So where it says plus 0 equals 0, we're going to make it equal 1, 0, 1. And change it to 2, 0, 2, 2. Change it over here, 3, 3. So it's basically pretty simple. Oh. So once you're done, you're gonna do the same to what we did to the 0. You're gonna make it on click thing. 9 and 9. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this on click and paste it over here. So paste, paste, paste. And we're not pasting it for the button stir and the button slash, we're pasting it for the button numbers. So just so you know. And obviously change it to button 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now let's debug this. And 9, 8, 7. So now all these work. But when I click plus, minus, those don't do anything. And the equal doesn't do anything. So let's make those buttons work now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another function for the plus, minus, and all those buttons. So function button plus, and then on click. And then what we're going to do is the curly braces, and now what we're going to do is declare variable, and we're going to make it type of equation. And I spelled it wrong. I don't really care. So what we're going to do is document get element by ID. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down and find the value that says type of equation. So over here, this type of equation. I spelled this one too, but that's why you copy and paste. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put dot value. So this variable equals whatever this value is. So, just so you know. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make an if statement checking that. So if type of equation equals nothing, then what we're going to do is make it plus. So copy this, paste it here, and then just type in plus, semicolon. Then what we're going to do is the hidden value. So this is what we created for you. Copy this, paste it over here, and make it change to 0. So remember where we check if it's changed to 0, we're going to make it change to 0. So now it will change it to 0. And then what we're going to do is make our last document get element by ID. So copy this, and then paste text to that value equals document.getElement by the first text box, that value. So let's do that. Scroll down and copy this, and then paste it here. So now what it does is when I click, so let's just, before I explain, I'll just do this one more time for the minus sign, and copy, paste, paste, paste. And then what I'm just going to do is change this to button minus button stir and button slash. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to change this from plus to minus, so it's now really simple, and multiply, and then divide. So now if let's say if it doesn't equal type of equation, so then we have to send the value. So we're going to put else and 2 curly braces, and then paste button equals on click. And we didn't create that function yet, but we will eventually. So do that for the rest of these. So paste, paste, and paste. So now let me explain it real quickly since we're running out of time. So first of all, let's debug this so you could understand it a little bit better, as you can see. So when I click the number 1, it comes up here into the code and says, oh, let's fire this. It says hidden equation dot value. Is this changed to 0? By default, it is changed to 0. See right here, by default it is changed to 0. So over here it says yes, so then it does the stuff inside this if statement. So first thing, it makes the text box, this text box, equal 1. And then what it does, it says it makes this change to 0 normal equal change to 0, because it doesn't have to change it to 0 now. So then the next time I click the number 1, it comes back here. But then when it comes to this if statement, the value is not true, so it does the else. So what this does is says, okay, 1 equals, just append 1 to the end of this. That's what it says. So that's basically all that button says. Okay, so that's it. We're running out of time, so I'm going to stop it here and finish this in the next video.